Hey, welcome back to Dad Mafia. This is Kevy Kev, your host. Drop a like and subscribe. Share a similar dad tale in the comments, man. I'm gonna get straight into it. This is absurd. I don't know why I forgot. I only just yesterday thought to share this dad tale, and I don't know how I forgot it, man. I usually keep like a pretty thorough running list of videos and tales that I want to do for this channel, and this one is so absurd. I told a lot of people about it in real life because it was so ridiculous. But so here it is. So this is not that far long ago. This is like 3-4 months ago. This is my son's 3rd birthday party, right? I had organized a bunch of food. We made some food, we ordered some food. I had, some beverages for the kids, some juice, some pop, some water. I had the adult bevs, we were gonna grill out some stuff. We had like a spread of charcuterie, you know what I mean? I had hired, we know a girl that does she'll dress up as a clown or whatever for kids' parties. So I had her come with a Spider-Man, dude dressed up as Spider-Man. They had a big speaker. They're gonna do little games and activities with the kids and all that stuff. We're expecting 30, 40 people, We had invited all our friends with kids, all his preschool friends, their parents, their older siblings, all that. Man, and so we're in the stages of people showing up. One of the first people to show up is his mama's cousin. And me and her have a little bit of history or whatever, man. She gets on my, we had some misunderstandings. But it's in the past, and she's got a brand new baby. The baby's like maybe 4 months old or less. So they were one of the first ones to show up. So at some point she tells me oh, my boss is coming to pick up some money or whatever, or I don't know what that was. And I don't like that, man. She doesn't know me that well, you don't do that. I don't do that. If I'm at a real good friend or family's house, I'm like, yeah, someone's coming by I got an errand or whatever. Yeah. But if I don't know somebody and I'm at their house and I'm gonna be like, someone's coming by here, nah. You go meet somewhere, man, whatever. So I was already annoyed about that, but I'm not even in that zone, man. I'm in the zone, I'm just having a good time, bro. I'm gonna have some adult bevs, hang out with my kid, watch my kid. He was over the moon with Spider-Man, you know what I mean? Bro, so we're still in the first maybe hour where people are showing up, right? And because of the security situation where we live, which I've talked about extensively on this channel, you can't just put a sign up and say parties in the back. Because we're in the back terrace, it's a covered terrace, and then people are coming through. There's a gate that opens into a covered driveway, and all the neighbors have fences. There's fences everywhere. You can't just walk in because of security. And so we can't just let people hang some balloons and say, come on in, right? So we're having people call us. When people show up, they call, and I'll go open up the gate with a little fob. So they say, so-and-so's out front. So I go out there, and I see a couple and their kids, you know what I mean? Let them in, and then there's these 2 dudes, and they weren't threatening looking at all. I'm thinking they were much older. One was 50, and he was dressed real nerdily in some loose, weird fitting jeans and a t-shirt and a hat and some New Balance, some bad dad shoes. And then the other dude was kind of dressed like an old kind of boss, he had some khakis and a shakalana, and they're driving something super regular, man. I don't know what it was, but I'm thinking nerdy dude is the driver, and this is the boss, because he's got a chacabana or a guayabera is a formal sort of button-down Caribbean shirt that it's formal, but it's hot, so it's sometimes short sleeve, you know what I mean? But people wear them for weddings or whatever. So I'm thinking he's the boss. I was already kind of annoyed by that, but I'm not gonna let it get in my mood. So she comes out to meet them, and they immediately, he dropped her name when they came in, because he kind of rushed in with this other, family. I'm like, oh, hi, you know what I mean? And he was dropped her name. So I'm like, okay. And she comes out, and then pretty much right away, he asks for a bathroom. And so I'm thinking, because he's dude's driver, fair enough, dude, who knows where they've been, he needs a bathroom or whatever, right? But then so I stick around seeing who else is coming, right? So the cousin is talking to the guy that looks like a boss, but they're not talking about any business. They're talking about blah, 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 and they were talking about diet stuff, food stuff, you know what I mean? And I was like, I thought you were meeting your boss to drop something off or pick something up. What you know what I mean? It didn't make any sense. So I'm like, what the fuck is this dude doing in the house? And so I go in there, bro, there's a bathroom in the hallway. And I'm like, man, he's been in there for a while, dude. I go in there and knock on the door, you know what I mean? And he in a big bassy voice, and he was a little pudgy, nerdy looking dude, but in a big guy voice, he's like, ocupado. In my house telling me it's busy, real bass, not un momento, por favor, no, ocupado. I was like, bruh, Dude, so I stick around, and he comes out, man. He comes out. I think I didn't linger in the hallway. I think I went back into the driveway, but it's right by the hallway. And he comes out. I go in there, man. He had dropped a huge shit. Dude. He came into my house during my son's 3rd birthday party with Spider-Man present and everything, and drops a huge dump in our little guest half bathroom. And he wasn't the boss. He was the boss. He wasn't the driver. And he turned out to be the boss, which made sense why the other guy that looked like the boss wasn't talking about any business or nothing with the cousin. So this dude is the boss of whatever business that she's got, works for, whatever. And he just came and dropped a huge dump in my house, bro. And I was not happy about it. And bro, I was like, oh man, I went off on him. And she kind of noticed I was pissed and was like, I asked you to wait outside. I asked you to call me when you were here and I would meet you outside. And I told him, I was like, you just dropped a huge shit. I was like, bro, this is my son's birthday party. You come here, you don't know me, you just take a shit in the bathroom when you weren't invited? Bro, and I got pissed. He realized that he thought he was being funny, man. I know he did that shit on purpose. And she told me later that he's very, in Spanish, it's confianzudo, como like muy, like he doesn't have any limits, he doesn't have any barriers or that kind of stuff. Bro, but I was pissed. Dude. I started stepping on the back of his feet while he's walking, telling him, maldito mal educado. I was like, show me which one's your car, I'm gonna go shit on your car. Bro, I fucking slammed on his hood, they got in the car, I was pissed, dude. I was so goddamn mad. And then after that, they got the fuck out of there, bro. And his dumbass later, and then right then she was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, why is he here? And she was like, oh, because I had to get him, he had to pick something up. And I was like, man, she was like, he wasn't even supposed to come. So I was like, you don't even have to be needing him out here. You could have met him at the gas station. You could have done that this is a damn Sunday, bro. This isn't a work day. You should do that on your own time, man. Bro, I was so goddamn mad. I was so mad. But I didn't let it ruin the party, man. It made really, more than anything, made for a good story. But this fucking foul ass dude, she said later he texted her, baffled, like, whoa, you guys kicked me out. And I was like, bro, you lucky I didn't fucking give you to my Rottweiler, man. Anyways, stupid tale, man. I'm sorry that I had to share some dumb tale like that, man. I was so pissed off. But I kept Papa Bear in the cage because really, it didn't affect the security of my shit. You know what I mean? The party still happened. I wasn't gonna let that ruin the day or whatever. So let me know what you think, man. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Drop a like and subscribe. This is Kevy Kev. I'll see you guys next time.